Hello and welcome to this fourth video of my video series on the UIkit frontend framework. In this and the next few videos, I want to talk about how to build a simple one-pager website with UIkit. This is the example that we're going to build. I've prepared some example content, which we'll have a look at in a bit, and we'll focus on how to actually build the navigation, which looks like this. Navigation will be a fixed navigation that stays on the site all the time, and as you can see, it updates the currently active element when you scroll through the site. You can actually use the navigation to navigate around, and it will use some smooth scrolling. And also we'll have a look at how to actually build a mobile-ready navigation like the off-canvas navigation that you see here. So let's get started. Oops. Oh, I forgot to prepare that, of course, all the time. Let's get rid of that. You pretend like you haven't seen anything, right? Okay. So, yeah. Before we get started, let's just have a quick look at the content that I've prepared here. Basically, it's just some images and text, and in some parts here I've aligned the images and next to the text, which of course, as you remember from the last few videos, is done using the grid component from UIkit. So I've used some utility classes like this grid divider class, which gives us a nice horizontal line. I've used just a text center class to center the text in a headline, and I've used the UK margin class just to add some margin around an element. So that's it basically. We're just having some text, some images, and some links on our site. Oh yeah, at the bottom there's a to top link. So oops, let's have a look at that. Yeah, when I click on that, I jump back to the top. So that's easy. Now, we want to build a navigation bar. We could go to the UIkit documentation on the website, which is a possibility, of course, if you don't remember how the exact markup goes. Or, as I'll show you here, we just use the add-on, the plugin for Sublime Text for this editor. You might have seen in the last video that we get some auto-completion for the UK dash classes, but also the plugin comes with some sample snippets. So if I type UIkit, I get this dropdown of suggestions, and actually, yeah, you can go through and just select one. And in this example, we want to build a navigation bar. So that's the UK-Navbar component. I'll hit enter, and we get this markup, which allows us to get started really easily. Now, our navigation should be links to the actual sections on our page. Our sections have IDs on the headline, which allows us to jump to that section just by having a link to that actual ID. So we'll start with this link. In this example, you already see the UK active class, but I'll remove that for now. We'll have a look at that later. I think the second section was called the launch, and then our last section was called Mars with the title, I don't know, Life on Mars or something like that. Let's have a quick look at what that looks like. Alright, so we already have this nice navigation bar exactly like we wanted, and we can use it to jump to the actual sections. And I actually remembered the IDs correctly, so that's nice. And of course, you can jump back to the top. So that's nice. Let's have a quick look at the markup of the Navbar component. When I talk about components in UIkit, this is usually in a context like this. The parent element has some class name, in this example UK-Navbar, which is the main component that we talk about here. Now, one of the child elements, in this case the UL here, has a class UK-Navbar-Nav. This is called I think it's called a subcomponent. Yeah. So this has to be inside of the UK Navbar, of the UK Navbar component, and it allows us to add some additional features. In this example, it's just the navigation that we have here. Let's have a look at some other subcomponents in the UK Navbar. We'll add a link here called The Age of Space, some epic headline, which will just be a link to the top. And we'll have a look at the class names, so UK-navbar. And everything you see here are either modifiers for our navbar or subcomponents. So to actually know which class corresponds to what type, you would need to just have a look at the documentation, or you will get used to some of the class names. Next example, I want to show you the UK Navbar brand subcomponent. This actually allows us to just have some text here. This could be your logo as well, or whatever you like, but in this case we'll just have a text link here. When we add the sticky navigation, we can actually use that to jump back to the top when we just click on that link. So that's it actually for what I wanted to show you about the Navbar itself. There are way more modifiers and additional components inside the Navbar. To have a look at that, just go to the UIkit documentation, go to core, check out the Navbar documentation, and as you can see here, you can add drop downs to your element. You can align them to the right. You can add subtitles to your elements and even get really crazy and add icons from elements, what have you. We won't have a look at that now, but we'll have a look at more of the features that we're going to need for this one-page site in the next few videos. Thanks.